Hi chaps, it's OP here from Beard, Biceps and Batchat. So today I'm showing you a couple of clips of some games I've played recently, just to highlight the importance of positioning. So the first one we're doing here looks like a tier 6 game in my T3488. So the first thing you'll notice is I am the only tank who's going to the 9-0 line on this map. And I'm not sure if you can see it, the arty in A1 is actually mouthing off saying how this is the stupidest thing he's ever seen. He hates random players who go one way, how everyone should go down the middle. He is the ultimate American armchair general. He's directing the entire team down the middle. So my plan at this point is to hold on this hill until I've got a little bit more support. But my main aim is to hit the 9-0 line, try to take that hill. As we can see from their team setting up, they're putting a lot of focus on the 3-4-5 line, exactly where our team is. So I think being in the medium, we've got a good gun. The best way for me to bring that into play is to try and get side shots as they're advancing onto our position. So unfortunately we've still only got one medium with us and we're not quite sure what is in front of us, so it could be a little bit of a disaster. Just making my way up the hill at the moment, just trying to keep the boulders between me and the hill on the 3-4 line. So again, just pushing over. Medium in front of me has not detected anything. Just have a quick look over, see if we can get any flanking shots in. And at this point we realise what's been hide on the hill. So we've got 3 tanks in front of us. Snakebite has pounced on us. He's doing quite a lot of damage to me from my crew before he drives into a boulder. So at this point he's trying to get round my side, I'm trying to reposition. I get a lucky tracking shot on him, so I can put my front armour towards him and get some tracking damage. And we get our gunner back in the fight. So we have a little look over, see if we can provide some support and fire to the middle hill for our guys. I think better of it, just because we've got 2 tanks in front of us and it's quite uphill just to hold the position we're at. So I start going for the knight. I figure let's take him out first. He's fairly distracted. I'm confident my teammate can deal with the tank he's fighting, or I hope so anyway. So we're waiting for the knight to come over just to take him out before he gets to me. There we go. We're aiming for the front wheel drive. Got lucky with the ammo rank. Now they've managed to take out the medium, the panther that was with me. I'm a one hit again. This seems to be a running theme with the videos I upload. So we're trying to keep that boulder between me and where I think he is. Now it's a little bit unfortunate, but for some reason I actually don't spot him again. So the only thing I can think of is he's gone round the boulder to the left and carried on up the hill over to our cap. So once I'm quite certain he's not around me, I start taking stock of the map again and realise I'm still in a fairly good position, because this hill pretty much dominates the approach up to the 4-5 line and allows you to get shots into their base as well. So again, just having a quick looking around, make sure I'm safe and no one's going to be sneaking up on me, just in case someone gets a little cheeky shot and takes me out. And as you can see from our team, we've got our heavies pretty happy in the middle. We're fairly even. It looks like we've got a few more mediums than they do left, but they've got some TDs knocking about. Now they're making a push down the 1 line. So I'm just going to the top of the hill just to see if I can spot anything, just to see what their second wave is bringing. So we're in a quite good position here. I'm not too concerned about being spotted. We're about almost 500 meters away. There's just a very small chance of them spotting me from here. So I don't particularly need to worry about being in cover. I can just start laying side shots into their tanks that are coming up to the hill to engage our mediums. So there we go, just taking him out, tracked him first, kept him in place. Again, we're just looking around to make sure we're safe. Just a bit concerned about RT, so we're just rocking back and forth just in case anything does spot me. or my controller's broke. We'll have to wait and see. So again, just pushing up to the boulder, and we spot the rest of the team, or at least the first one from the team, making a push. At the minute, what we're trying to do is lead him with this shot, but the problem with the T-34-88 is the shell doesn't have a particularly fast velocity, so it's you have to give them more lead than you think. So at the minute it's a bit of a lull period. We're down by 3 tanks, but at the minute we've got their entire team on full-on YOLO mode again, which is very good for me. So it's at this point we managed to spot him. We're looking for the front wheel drive, but instead we just take him out. Here's the second one who's going for it. Not realise what his mate did. He realised he's being shot, so he stops in the open. There we go, hit him. Thought we tracked him, and something's killed him off. But just from what you can see from that map, holding that hill was pivotal. Now on this map again, it's my T-54. Now what we're going to be doing is hitting the donut in E4. Now the reason for that is if we can hit the donut and keep hold of it, we'll be able to get flanking shots as they approach the middle ridge. Now normally it looks kind of suicidal just driving straight up as quickly as possible, but I'm pretty confident I can get up the ramp on the right without being spotted, or at least being hit. So we managed to spot a waffle, he doesn't spot me, so that's good enough. So what we're going to be doing here is using this slope to protect the body of the tank, to position our turret so we're getting spots on their tanks that are pushing up to the cliff, but at the same time what we're trying to do is track them and slow down their deployment. If we can stall their deployment, it means we can get more tanks up to the middle of the cliff and more firepower in place before they can get it in place. Also it will mean some of their tanks might start driving towards me, and hopefully we capture a little bit of a crossfire. So what we're looking to do again is just track that M103 before RC decides I am its main target of all the tanks. It's me. In a tier 10 game, he wants to go for probably the smallest tank that's here. So we've got quite confident at this point, we've got quite ballsy. We've seen the waffle and decided, what if we could take him out? That'd be quite entertaining. So we push right into the corner, and we notice the lighthouse is swarming with their lights. So I'm thinking, let's throw some shots in, see if we can get them to at least dive behind cover so they're not getting shots on our guys, or at the very least, you know, do a little bit of damage, make them use repair kits, get them off the lighthouse, or at least acting defensively rather than offensively up there. I think it's a bit of a mistake on their part having 2-3 light tanks up there. It's, you know, one of them's enough up there to spot everything. There's really no need for 3 3 of them up there. So again, we're just making sure we can hold the ridge, or at least get a crossfire onto the ridge to help support our guys in the middle. Now you'll notice most of our heavies on the left of me. We've pretty much lost the 8-9 line. We've still got one heavy in the middle, and at the minute what I'm doing is just trying to keep the TD spotted, the waffle spotted, and hopefully try and spot the artillery as well, just to keep them lit up for our artillery and for the rest of our team. Now I've obviously noticed that we've lost the other flank, so what I'm doing is just pulling over to the other side of the donut to get some flanking shots on the tanks that have pushed round. Again, just to try and pin them in place. There we go, another track shot, just so they're not advancing willy-nilly, and just so they have to think a little bit more about their gameplay. And again, at this point it looks like it's fairly even, but because we're holding the donut, we're able to use that as cover, get flanking shots on either side of them without really worrying too much about return fire, because we're not in the open, there's plenty of cover around. So I've noticed they've got their T-29, it looks like, who's just out in the open, so we track him for the Death Star, let him take him out. And there's me doing evasive manoeuvres when I realise a T-10's got the jump on me, so I throw myself down the cliff. Seemed like the most intelligent thing to do here. Potentially not, but we'll have to wait and see. So again, just pulling up ever so slightly, pretty confident he's aiming at the M103, so I should be able to push on him, get the shot in, but the M103 deals him before I need to. Again, I'm just thinking about having a quick shot at the T54 lightweight, just to make him duck behind cover and try and help our light up there. And it's at this point I've noticed an isolated E5 who's going to cause a lot of pain to our heavies in E2. They've already got tanks on two sides of them, so an E5 bearing down them is going to be a nightmare. That would probably end the game in their favour. So we sneak round the back of him, again, utilising the donut, keeping in cover. We start aiming to track him again, keep him in place. Now, so at this point, probably this is a bit of a mistake. I'm showing him a side. One thing to point out here is I know I can get realistically 2 shots in for every one he does to me. Just because he has a 10-second reload, I have a 7-second reload. So, you know, I'm going to be doing more damage than he will. So he misses that shot, does next to no damage, go around the side where it's weak and just take him apart. Now it's that point, the heavies below done a great job of cleaned up, and it's a win. So let me know what you think, guys, and subscribe and like the video.